guys, real talk. Alam niyo ba what gave my friend more nightmares than watching The Conjuring? Her hospital bill. Grabe when she got appendicitis last month. The 150,000 peso bill made her scream louder than any ghost ever could. And here's the scarier part. Akala niya okay na siya because she had PhilHealth. But when the bill came, she still had to pay more than half out of pocket. Kasi yes, PhilHealth helps, but it doesn't cover everything. You still pay for things like room upgrades, certain medicines, and doctor's fees. That's when she said, sana nag-insurance na lang ako before. Classic Filipino move, di ba? We wait until disaster strikes before we act. But wait, ang tanong, anong klaseng insurance ba ang pinag-uusapan natin? When it comes to protecting your health, maraming klase yan. May HMO, medical, critical illness, etc. So today, let's talk about health insurance and critical illness insurance. Marami kasi nalilito, pareho lang ba yan? If not, ano ba talaga ang difference? And more importantly, how do you know which one fits your lifestyle and needs para hindi ka mabankrupt pag nagkasakit ka? Joining me to decode all this insurance talk is someone who deals with these questions every single day. AXA Financial Advisor Cabel. Hi, Tin.
Hi, Miss Salve. Grabe, I'm super excited to be here today. And you know what's funny? I get asked these questions like at least 3 times a week, no? Like, Tin, ano ba dapat ang una kong kuhanin? Is it the health plan or the critical illness insurance? And I always tell them na, teka lang muna, let's try to understand your needs first, di ba?
Exactly. Parang tinatanong ka, rice ba gusto mo? Ulam. Mahilig ako sa rice. That's true. Pero I need both.
Parehas tayo, Miss Salve. Hindi ko kaya ng walang rice, ah.
So, let's be honest. Bakit kaya ang daming young professionals who think insurance is like pang matanda, pang tanders lang, or worse, nakaka-jinx?
Ayan, Miss Salve. No, it's always the classics. They always say na, healthy naman ako. Diba? Wala naman akong sakit even sa family ko. And then boom, dengue season comes or stress from work leads to something worse. And then suddenly, I remember meron nag-message sa akin around 11 p.m. Sabi, Tin, pwede pa ba akong mag-apply? Diba?
Alas 11 ng gabi, grabe.
Yes, so,
Ayan. So even if you're healthy, life happens. Dengue, stress, accidents. It's not about expecting the worst kasi parang feeling ng mga tao, parang bibili lang ako niyan pag alam ko magkakasakit ako. But it's about being ready so one emergency doesn't derail your savings, di ba?
Yes, and insurance is not a response to sickness. Diba? Lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila that it's a preparation for life surprises.
Ang ganda nun. And you know what's interesting pa? May mga surveys in the Philippines that show young people increasingly worry about financial stress when it comes to healthcare. Siguro kasi nakikita nila yung mga parents nila na nagkakasakit. Many say they rely on personal savings, but deep down they know hindi naman enough yun. So health emergencies are actually among the young's health financial concerns ngayon.
Exactly. And you know what, Miss Salve, I noticed that too, ha? But here's the disconnect. Awareness about what different insurance products actually do is still so low. Like, alam naman nila na kailangan nila ng insurance, but they don't know if they need health ba, life, or critical illness. And that's why we're here today, right? To clear that up.
Parang ganun din ako dati. I used to be like that, feeling immortal. Alam mo na, when you're in your 20s, mga last year lang yan. And here's the thing, I learned this the hard way. Your health is the best investment you can ever make. Health is wealth in action. Good health fuels our careers, our passions, our freedom to chase dreams. Ang sarap isipin nung parang kahit na masakit ang tuhod mo, healthy ka pa rin naman, so kaya mo pa lahat. But insurance isn't about expecting bad things to happen. I think it's about making sure one bad thing doesn't turn into a domino effect that ruins everything you work for.
Totoo yan. And think of it this way. You don't buy an umbrella kasi gusto mong umulan, right? You buy it so when it does rain, you don't get soaking wet. So same thing with insurance din siya. It's not about being so negative or wanting something negative to happen, but it's actually one of the best investment that you can have for yourself and for your future.
And let's be real, Tin, with the way we live now, the stress, the deadlines, minsan ako yung source ng deadline. The working lunch, that's really just eating instant noodles while typing. Our bodies are like, girl, you better have backup.
Yes, at kahit ikaw pa yung tipo na nag-yoga every morning or laging umiinom ng green juice, but still, accidents can happen, right?
I feel
Diba?
attacked.
So, even those illnesses like, let's say, cancer or diabetes, madalas lumalabas yan later in life. Kaya ngayon yung mga tinatawag natin na tridor na sakit, di ba? Para talaga siyang raffle na hindi mo alam kung kailan katatamaan.
Okay, so now that we're established that everyone, including the healthiest millennial, needs coverage. Sorry, Gen Z, you're included to dito. Let's break down the two types of insurance that everyone keeps mixing up. So, explain to me like I'm 5 feet tall. Chareng, hindi naman. Hindi pa pala ako 5 feet tall. What exactly does health insurance cover?
Okay. So, imagine that you are Jessa. Okay, si Jessa, 28 years old, working in BGC, and you're living your best life. And then one day, your appendix just decides to throw a tantrum.
Ay, sakit.
So, health insurance basically says, don't worry, we got your hospital bills. So, technically, it covers your confinement, the doctor's fees, and also the medicines.
Okay. So it's like having a rich tita who pays for everything while you're in the hospital. Ang sarap ng pakiramdam. You don't even have to shell out money from your own pocket because your health plan takes care of your hospital bills.
Pero teka lang ha, except that this tita doesn't judge your life choices. And this is always available 24/7 ha.
Yeah. Minsan pag out of the country si tita, wala na. Now, what about critical illness insurance? Because this is where people get confused really.
Okay, so if health insurance is your rich tita who pays the hospital, si critical illness insurance naman, it's more on like you're winning a financial safety net when you really need it. So let's say for example, you are 32 years old, you're thriving your career, and then knock on wood, no, ayaw naman nating mangyari. You get diagnosed with an early stage cancer.
Ang dami nun yun, bumabata.
Yes, diba? And pabata ng pabata ngayon ang tinatamaan ng ganitong klase ng sakit. So si critical illness insurance, what it do is it gives you a lump sum payment. It's a one big check that you can use however you want.
Wait, however I want? Like I can
Yes.
use it for shopping. Joke lang. But really, for anything. Pwedeng if you choose to put it in for your hospital bills, pwede.
Yes.
From medicine, pwede.
Right. Tama ka dyan, Miss Salvi. Pwede. You can pay your bills, take time off to work to recover. Pwede ka ring mag-hire ng caregiver mo, right? Or even fly to another country for the treatment. Always remember that critical illness insurance, it doesn't just cover the hospitalization and medication, but also the rehabilitation and loss of income. So it's your money, choice mo kung paano mo gustong gastusin.
So recap, health insurance takes care of the direct hospital expenses, doctor's fees, use of room and hospital equipment, mahal, while with critical illness insurance, you have the entire amount you have claimed, which you can use for everything else that you need. Is it shopping, therapy, time off work, home care? Wag naman sana shopping.
Oo, di ba? Hindi naman siguro sa shopping. Okay. So yes, tama ka dyan, Miss Salvi. Actually, you explained it better than dun sa mga sinabi ko pa kanina.
But here's my question. Can't I just get one of those? Like, pick the better one.
Okay. So it's like asking yourself if should I just lock the door or should I lock the door in my house or just install a security system? Ideally both, right? They work together. But let me break down the actual differences. Health insurance, it is cashless or reimbursement, meaning the insurance company pays directly the hospital or reimburses you. On the other hand, critical illness insurance, it gives you a one lump sum payment when you get diagnosed with a covered critical illness.
And what about the coverage itself?
Okay. So, in terms of the coverage, health insurance basically covers the general sickness, okay, injuries, and even serious illnesses. So, any reason you're hospitalized, covered niya. On the other hand, the critical illness insurance only covers the specific major illnesses like cancer, stroke, heart attack, and usually around 100 plus conditions, again, depending on the type of plan that you have.
What about premiums? Because I know my listeners are doing the math right now. Baka mahal.
Okay, here's the thing. I always ask my clients, di ba? Yes, or pwedeng mahal, no? But again, depending on the type of plan na kukuhanin nila. So, in terms of the health insurance, it can be renewed yearly up to age 99. But the premium changes every year. On the other hand, si critical illness plan naman, pwede kang pumili if you want to pay for 10 years, 20 years, or meron ding option to pay until age 65. And their rate tend to stay more stable.
And I'm guessing this is where people say, pero tin ang mahal, lalo na siguro pag tumatanda na.
Yes, tama yan. Yan ang palagi na naming naririnig sa kanila. That's the exact reaction that we get. But you know what's more expensive? It's paying out of the pocket during hospitalization and supporting the medications needed afterwards. And ito yung pinaka-sad part, no? We know people, of course, pati rin ikaw, Miss Salve, di ba, who end up borrowing money from friends and family as well. Di ba, binebenta na nila yung mga properties nila, cars, and other valuable items that they work hard to afford.
Then reality check time. I'm 25, fresh grad, first job, trying to adult properly. Yung salary ko, let's just say it's enough for my needs but not enough for my wants.
Okay.
Which one should I prioritize? Health or critical illness insurance?
Okay. I always tell my clients, no, you always start with the basic, no, the health insurance. It's a basic health protection that you need. Plus, it's your first line of defense. Diba? Kasi nga, even one hospitalization lang, it can wipe out years of savings, diba?
Oo, pero kung I already have an HMO with my company, ibig sabihin ba nun, critical illness na lang ang kailangan ko?
Okay, ang daming nagtatanong din sa akin, especially mga working professionals. So, good question, no? Yung HMO kasi, it usually covers the basic needs like the checkups and confinement. Pero, hanggang certain limit lang siya. Average covered limit is only around 250,000, right? So, short-term protection lang talaga yung binibigay niya. Si health insurance naman, on the other hand, it can cover the bigger hospital bills beyond what your HMO covers. And critical illness plan covered naman, it's a totally different layer. Binibigyan ka nito ng lump sum cash. So kung ma-diagnose ka with a major illness like cancer or heart disease, again ha, take note lang, hindi nito pinapalitan yung income mo. Pero nagbibigay ito ng extra cushion para hindi ma-stress ang family mo habang nagpapagaling ka.
Mahal pa naman ng mga yan. Kung may HMO na ako, getting a critical illness plan makes sense para may extra protection ka. Tama ba?
Yes, tama yon. And yes, mahal talaga. Hindi biro yung gasto sa mga ganong major illnesses. So HMO, it helps with hospital bills. The health insurance covers the bigger medical expenses. At critical illness insurance naman, it gives you that extra financial buffer when life throws a curveball.
How about for our listeners naman who are already supporting families? You know, the modern day heroes sending their siblings to school and then they're also paying for their parents. Meron pang maintenance meds yan.
Grabe, no? Yung ginagawa ng mga gano'n natin na mga kapwa Pilipino, di ba?
Dumadami sila.
Dumadami na sila ngayon. Okay, while it's already crucial to get critical illness insurance while you are still single, it becomes even more important if you are the breadwinner of the family. Especially, di ba, you can use that lump sum benefit in different ways while you are in recovery. So the loss of income, it can be covered na with that lump sum amount. And also, your family doesn't have to choose between paying for tuition or for your treatment.
That it's different. It's not just about us, it's about everyone counting on us.
Yes, exactly. And here's the tip. The best time to get an insurance is not when you need it. It's now, while you're young and healthy. Mas mura siya, premium is lower, and getting approved is easier.
You got me at tipid. So basically, it's like investing in skincare. Start early before you actually see the wrinkles.
That's
Dapat
actually
naman.
the perfect analogy, Miss Salve. And just like skincare, we need to be consistent. You keep paying those premiums even when nothing happens. And that's actually when insurance is working. When you're paying but not claiming.
But What if someone's thinking, I'll just save the money instead of paying premiums?
Okay, I always ask them, kaya mo bang mag-ipon ng 500,000 pesos in the next 2 years? Because that's what one major illness can cause. In insurance kasi, it pulls everyone's money together so that when one person needs it, it's there. Right? So your 2,000 pesos monthly premium can turn into a 500,000 coverage when you need it.
What's the biggest mistake people make when it comes to insurance, Tin?
Ayan, okay. So, thinking that they can wait. Yun yung isa sa mga biggest mistake, di ba? Na they always say, next year na lang ako kukuhatin. Or kapag na-promote ako, pag mas malaki yung sweldo ko. Pag stable na yung work ko. But every year that you wait, premiums get higher kasi. And worse, your health may not be on the same state, which make it difficult for you to qualify for getting one.
Buti nga kung mabigyan ka pa, paano kung hindi, no?
Yes.
So, that's like waiting for the perfect time to start exercising. Parang ako yun. Then suddenly, 40 ka na, masakit na yung likod mo, di ba?
Yes, and here's what breaks my heart din, no? I've seen family lose everything because the breadwinner thought na mahal ang insurance, di ba? So the 2,000 monthly premium na sinesave nila turned into a 2 million in medical debt.
Ouch.
Imagine that, di ba?
You know what I always say, Tin? Peace of mind is priceless. And that feeling of security when you have insurance, that's guaranteed every single day. Tin, thank you so much for breaking this down. I feel like you just gave us a masterclass in adulting.
Thank you so much, Miss Salve, also for this opportunity, no? And if even just one person listening gets coverage because of our conversation today, then mission is accomplished na.
But before you go, any final words for our listeners who are still on the fence?
Okay, so to our listeners, let's not treat insurance like it's optional. In today's world, it's one of the best investments that you can make for yourself and your loved ones. So let's always remember that health and critical illness insurance don't just protect your finances, but also it protects your future. You wouldn't go without your phone or internet, right? So don't go without protection either.
Remember, adulting isn't just about earning more money. It's about protecting what you've earned. Health is wealth, yes, but insurance is the fence that keeps that wealth safe. Don't be that person who says, sana nag-insurance na ako when it's too late na. Be the person who says, buti na lang, may insurance ako. This has been your financial beshi ng bayan, Salve Ibanez, reminding you that the best time to get insurance was yesterday. The second best time, today.
Consult your financial advisor today and start protecting your future.